Okay, so researching video topic ideas with ChatGPT for YouTube. Let's get straight into it. I'm going straight into my screen record here. You can follow along. Let's get straight into the nitty gritty of it. So I'm over on chat.openai.com. You can see right here. Go ahead and get into there. I'm assuming you've used this before. If you haven't, very simple. Go over to chat.openai.com or just search ChatGPT in Google and you'll sign in with your Google account. And you'll be able to get on and you'll be confronted with a screen that looks something like this. So just to let you know, over here is all the history of everything that I've ever searched before. There's a bit of a poem here I did, some other travel idea for videos, some documentary scripts that I ran. That's the layout. Here's your history, and here is where you input your message to get a result from ChatGPT. So let's get into it. We need to generate some video ideas for your channel. So let's say you already have a niche. That's also something you could do inside ChatGPT. But let's say you have a video niche already and you need to get some video topic ideas. Now, there are a million ways to do this, and there are different ways, different best practices. These are the ones that I'm suggesting from having used this put in loads of hours using ChatGPT for YouTube. These are my best practices. So you could just go give me some topic ideas, but the results I seem to get are very broad, very basic. And with YouTube, as we discussed in the previous lecture, go and watch that if you didn't see it, how important thumbnails are. We're not doing that here, but title is. Your click-through rate needs to be amazing. The only thing that can dictate if someone is clicking or not, if someone is actually clicking on your video, is if the title is engaging. A lot of people won't find you through search. They're not going to search unless you're doing info-based videos. They're probably not going to search for your video. They're going to be suggested it by YouTube. They're going to be confronted with your thumbnail and your title. So your title needs to really engage, needs to intrigue, and needs to get them to click. So we're not going to ask ChatGPT for topics, we're going to ask them for titles. And then from getting a title, we're then going to ask them to generate more titles based on that. So let's do an example right here. Let's do an example, get into it, and let's see how this works. So as I mentioned, the first thing I'm going to do is come down here and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to generate 10 video title ideas for YouTube for the, I don't know, let's do USA travel niche. And let's just see what it comes up with. Hit enter, let it work it out. Okay. Ultimate guide exploring the hidden gems of the USA, unforgettable road trip, cross-country adventure USA, exploring America's national parks, living like a local, immersive cultural experiences, foodies paradise. You can see it's generated some ideas here. Now you can click here to regenerate the response. Let's actually do that while you're here. And you'll be able to do it again. And you'll be able to see the response. And right up here, I could click back to the previous response if I want that. But it's giving me another 10 slightly different ways that it's worded these. And I can rate these. These are pretty much the same. So these are my ideas. And this is how I first go about trying to get video topic ideas for my videos, for my niche, if you already have it, on YouTube. I don't go give me topics. So if any of these kind of just slightly interest me, and it will depend completely on your channel, you may be asking it to generate for, I don't know, 10 ideas for titles for reviews of the iPhone. Or more general than that, maybe you've got a tech channel and you want to do tech reviews. Maybe you have a makeup channel and you want it to do 10 ideas for that. Or it could be anything at all. You could be talking about Bitcoin, finance, gaming, whatever it is. Ask it to initially generate randomly 10 titles. You could ask it to do 20, 50. Of course, it's completely up to you. So I'm going to do, let's say, okay, I do travel and I do food. So this works right here. Let me copy that and let's ask it to work on this title and give me more examples of topic ideas for this title. Again, I'm going to ask it for titles. We work with title first over topic. We kind of know what the topic is based on the niche, but I'm going title first. That is the first thing a viewer sees on YouTube is the title. They know the topic. They're probably looking for it being suggested the topic by YouTube, given their search history on YouTube. So let's do titles again, even though this is for topic ideas. And let me show you that. So let's go generate 10 titles for YouTube videos around this. Let's call it a topic, and let's punch in the, it just gave me here, and then I'm putting in the title right here. So generate 10 titles for YouTube videos around this topic, Taste of America, exploring the culinary delights across the USA. Let's do that, because in a later video, there is one exactly on titles and generating titles, and we can ask it to be more clickbaity, more punchy. We're going to ask it to make titles specifically for a demographic that you have. If you have a channel already, you know that you have Americans watching who are female or male in their 30s or 60s. You can ask them to generate specific titles for an audience. We're getting to that in a little bit. So now I've given it this. It's almost like, although I ask it for titles, this is the topic, because Taste of America, exploring culinary delights across America, the USA, that's a huge documentary that would be on TV that goes across the entire breadth of America. So by asking it to generate more titles again, it's almost niching down. It's bringing down my topics into more manageable bites. For example, Southern Comforts, exploring the soulful flavors of the Deep South. Now, if you're making a video, if I was traveling, I know I'd have to be in a southern state, not all across America, like this video did. New York Bites, this one specifically in New York. Spice Up, so now we're doing spicy food in the Southwest. Of course, you could change this to wherever you were, given where you are in America. Flavors of the Midwest, California. You see how it went from a very generic topic and how we worked down. So give me 10 title ideas, basically gave me 10 topics, because these are non-specific about a location or region. And then it's basically niched it down into region and food type for this example right here. And you'll see if you did your own niche, that would be exactly the same as you come down again. Don't ask it for topics, ask ChatGPT for titles. So for example, if I know I'm in New York and I like this one, but I like this maybe, I could be then going, spice up your palate, exploring Tex-Mex cuisine in New York. I know where I live, you know what you have the capability of making. I could take that title and we do it later in a video and make that way more specific. But let's do another one. You can go down as many times as you want. I'll go down one more time here. Let's put that in there. Let me ask it to do exactly the same thing, but I'm going to niche down even more. Let's do it again. Let's do it again here. And now it's going to be all about that New York title that I just copied in here. Generate 10 titles for YouTube around this topic. New York Big Bites, exploring the iconic food scene of the Big Apple. So it's starting to punch out some titles here. Food is Paradise, discovering the best eateries in New York City, street food adventures. So right here you see that was still quite generic, exploring the big iconic food scene. So now it's doing big eateries, New York City, street food, New York City, hidden gems, New York dishes that are iconic, sweet tooth, sweet stuff. You see how from getting a topic, if I'd have just gone, give me a topic for food videos in America, they would have been so generic, which we slightly got, but we started getting title ideas. It starts with title, then we niche down again, and again. Now you can go down as many as you want until you pretty much have the video in mind that you could make based on the title. Now a lot of people go, oh, but I've made the title and now made the video, sorry, and I want to come back in here and make the title. Because from our previous videos we mentioned, the first thing people see is thumbnail and title. You should have your title and your video idea, your topic, and then your title already created before you make your video. If there isn't a title and topic that you can do that's amazing and perfect, then don't make the video, because you want to get clicks. If people don't click, they don't see the video anyway. So it's no good having the best video in the world if you can't get people to click and see it. So let's start with topic and title, and then let's make the video. So we already have this. Now I'm going to go with, for example, New York Sweet Tooth. I like that one a lot. I could explore desserts throughout New York City. You can imagine there being some amazing ones. That's what I'd go with. I'd store that idea that I have, and then in the next videos we're going to go into stuff like getting your title niche down, getting it right for your audience, getting it really clickbaity, and moving forward with that. That's actually going to be in the very next lecture. So if you're following along, do this in the meantime, here's homework for you. Do this in the meantime with your own niche. Go in there and follow this on exactly. There is also a downloadable PDF so you can follow along step by step, like I said, and do this as many times. Ask it for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 results and niche it down until you have, oh, this is exactly the topic that I want. A title basically for the topic that I want. This won't be the exact title that you want, and we'll rework this in the next lecture. But now you have a topic idea. You might have several and you can start planning your next 5, 10 videos, which is ideal for YouTube. But that is how the best way, I think, the best practice is to find topics for YouTube on ChatGPT. So let's get into the next lecture and let's make this into the most clicky title possible that you need. And I will see you on the very next video.